Hi, Karina here, your Lucid Living Coach. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, I am a healing arts astrologer, and I'm here to talk a little bit about the taboo, the secrets, the darkness, because why not? Mars and the planet Mercury are in Scorpio right now, and we're in Libra season, and there is a lot happening after all these eclipses that happened. Back in July 1st, we detected the third interstellar object that has come into our solar system. I was getting a lot of downloads back in 2017. If you were to go back to those videos on my YouTube channel, you will see quite a few about the 13th sign, Ophiuchus. And the crazy part is this three-eye atlas and the 1977 wow sound actually came from the area of Sagittarius. And this is where Ophiuchus is. Now, Ophiuchus is, the 13th sign of the zodiac that, I guess, started coming up around, and talked about, I think, in 2011, 2017, and it was, I proposed as a 13th sign back in 1970s. And this was the time of free love, and we're discovering things every day about ourselves and about humanity and about the world that we live in our inner world. They always say, as within, so without, as above, so below. And that is all true and necessary, especially in the art of astrology and talking about energy. Now in 2017 was I think the time of the talk when everyone was like, oh my God, my zodiac sign is not what it is. No, it is, because whatever you were born in and what was acknowledged then is what you are. That's the energy of that. Now, I see things as an evolution, right? Like a DNA strand. And so you have these two, you have the masculine and the feminine, which is a binary, right? We live in this binary world where you have magnetics, which is negative and positive. So everyone's born with a negative or positive. Not being negative is not bad. This is just polarity. And it is a binary system that we live in. You're born male, you're born female in the physical body. However, your energy inside has its equal amounts of masculine and feminine energy, which is then polarity, yin, yang, negative, positive. Okay. And so when we think about those things, there is a perfect match for everyone. And it doesn't always have to come in physical form. We have same-sex partners. We have different kinds of identities happening right now because it is the time of this polarity shift here on Earth. There's a magnetic pole shift here on Earth where the magnetic north is a masculine energy and the magnetic south is the feminine energy, the masculine energy leading the pull of the south node. So we are here on a shift, and there is going to be, as above, so below, there's going to be some questions about our sexual identity and our energetic identity with masculine, feminine energies. So I just wanted to start off there and kind of just warm you up to my concept that I have been talking about and thinking about since 2017. And now that this three-eye atlas has come into the news and like our lives as astronomers and astrologers, I'm taking a second look at some of my downloads and information that I was getting in 2017. Now, I think that Ophiuchus. Now, Ophiuchus is in Sagittarius. So that the sun transits Ophiuchus November 30th to December 17th. So this is the Ophiuchus energy. And I believe that Ophiuchus energy, there is a birthing canal, okay, or a portal like birthing canal. It could be a portal, it could be a way in which you can travel through universes. Very far-fetched, yes, very out there, but this is what I think. And sometimes our intuitions are correct. Like, we have a birthing canal right through our mouths, right? Whatever we feed ourselves. This is a portal where we go from one world, we eat the thing or drink my juice, okay? Drink my juice, it goes through the portal into a whole new world, right? And the whole new world is like my stomach, and then it comes out another birthing canal, right? And it comes out in a new form. So that's so within, so without, right? So we have black holes. That is the Milky Way, is the lights that's being sucked into our closest black hole. And that's why we see all the lights of the stars so bright in one area, because light is then stored in the mouth of black holes, which light is information, and then it's condensed in to neutron stars. And then you have the binary star systems, and then you have like some dense stars being cycled around their opposite, right? Their perfect polarity of magnetics, and they just like, they flow around, and at some point in time when they blend and crash together, it makes it this huge, beautiful nebula. And this nebula is filled with information, and we've seen them, we've discovered them. This is not like anything strange or weird. Like, we have seen these nebulas, and we've experienced, I think in 2017, they had captured a nebula. And then that's when they were like, oh, well, that's where this gold and platinum comes from. And that this is where Einstein's theory of relativity was satisfied. Okay, so let's get into some of the notes. And so this is it's like a birthing canal in the area of Ophiuchus, Sagittarius constellation, and it is the 13th sign of the zodiac. Now, the 13th sign has been rejected by most astrologers for the reason of calculations, the perfect degrees of the Gregorian calendar, which isn't it really accurate, but it's 365 days perfectly divided or imperfectly divided into 12 months, which is 30.41. Okay. And then if you even look at, let's say, October, there's 31 days. And then if you look over here in February, it's 28 days. It's really not perfect. And we're trying to make something that's imperfect and chaotic into something perfect. And it's just, you have 30 days, and it's like January has 28 days, and we have 30 days, we have 31 days, we have 29. Like, it just doesn't, it's not perfect. And it doesn't make a whole lot of sense why we changed it, or why we have 12 months when a woman has her cycle every 13 times a year. So I believe that 13 Ophiuchus is the 13 that is aligned with the feminine energy, because women bleed 13. And so the 13-month cycle is the woman's moon cycle, and it pairs perfectly with once a month. That's what month is, moon cycles, blood release, okay? And 13 has been rejected throughout cultures, keeping the number out of tables, especially that seats 13 tables, because of the Last Supper, which had Jesus and his 12 disciples, which is 13. And then the floors and buildings and the astrological constellation of Ophiuchus. So this is taboo. And it's just why? I'm curious, right? So the moon is in Gemini right now, and I'm curious. So let's talk about it. We can't find the 13th floor in many buildings. Buildings have omitted due to superstition surrounding the number 13. Developers often skip the 13th floor, going directly to the 12th to the 14th, or they'll put an alternate number like floor 12 and then 12A or M to avoid superstition and potential financial loss, because people have fears around this number and they're like reluctant to use that floor. Okay, so from my research, this Ophiuchus is associated with the energy of Lilith. Now, if you don't know who Lilith is another rejection of the dark feminine. Who is she? She was the first woman in the Garden of Eden. Okay, so she was made as the same dirt as Adam. So when God created man and woman, he created Adam and Lilith. And this is a story that was in mythology and folklore. So Lilith was an equal of Adam. It was like they were like twin flames. They were equals. And Lilith had fled the Garden of Eden because she didn't want to submit to Adam in bed because they were equals. And Adam wanted to dominate her, and she probably wanted to dominate Adam, and they just did not get along. They didn't see eye to eye. So Adam found himself very lonely in the Garden of Eden, and he prayed to God, please bring me a woman. So God took the rib of Adam and made Eve. Now, Eve is the good wife. I would associate her more with Juno energy. And Lilith has been taken out of, I believe she's been taken out of our Bible because she was barely mentioned as the creature of the night in the Bible. But anyways, I see the zodiac as us growing and evolving like DNA, like our upgrades to withstand the new earth and the environment. And so does the zodiac. As, like I said, as above, so below. And as we learn more about ourselves, so does the zodiac expand to another level. And I believe that the new zodiac sign births out of the constellation of Ophiuchus, the serpent bearer, and the birth of the feminine Kundalini like portal. So maybe this is where the 3-eye atlas popped from, as well as the 1977 wow sound. This might be, the portal of, oh my God, a butterfly, a monarch butterfly just flew by my window. We are transforming. We are becoming this beautiful human that is open and discovering new things. And this might be a revolution of new research findings, maybe a new hybrid human, right, are going to be born. In 2017, the scientists found methanol isonate and a key building block of life near the young triple star system. It's IRAS, and the number is 16293-2422 in Ophiuchus. And there's 5 years before, scientists found the space sugar in the same system, and it's GLYCOLA, LDEHYDE, which is associated with the formation of RNA, another building block of life. So I believe that there is a life birthing canal in the area of the sky where Ophiuchus is, Sagittarius. The opposite of Sagittarius is Gemini. They always say the two-face. It's the dichotomy. It's the Gemini could be having the two sides, the Sagittarius and Ophiuchus. Okay. They are the Geminis are the messengers between the worlds. So that would make sense, right? Because if there is a life birthing portal in the area of Ophiuchus and Sagittarius, the opposite of Gemini, they are the bridge maybe between the worlds. That is possible. Magical, beautiful witches and healers have the energy of Ophiuchus. I can't wait until there's more scientific research being released, but I'm going to talk a little bit about possibly the Ophiuchus energy, because like I said, the sun goes through Ophiuchus November 30th to December 17th. She is known as the serpent bearer and is associated with doctors. And back then, back in the 1500s, there were women witches, shamans, healers that used herbs and plants, and they were nurturers and healers. And then they were completely ostracized and killed, so that they can bring about these modern day doctors today. So it's like to make money. So they wanted to kill this magical witchy energy within the feminine energy. I mean, men were witches too, not just women. It was like 1500s to the 1700s were all the witch trials, the witch burnings. Salem witch trials was in 1692. Germany started in the 1500s burning witches all the way until like the 1717. I think was the last witch that was burned was Anna Maria Wagman. She was executed in 1717 and fulfilled. She is cited as the last witch to be burned at the stakes in Germany. So yeah, and then the Gregorian calendar was adopted around the same time, October 15th, 1582 to September 15th of 1752. And that was the date of the legal introduction in the British Empire. Weird how the witchy, feminine Lilith woman was being stripped, as well as the 13th sign, like Ophiuchus, right? It's like the magical woman, the healer, the intuitive, the magical, beautiful, healing witches were being murdered. The Julian calendar accounts for the 365 days a year, with the 366 every fourth year to accommodate for the leap year of the day of the year numbering system. Use the fields of astronomy and the food industry. So that's who still uses it. So isn't that crazy? During the time of the women being killed for being beautiful or standing out or being a witch or a healer or using medicinal remedies to heal and help people, were being murdered during the same time that they changed the Julian calendar to the Gregorian calendar. And I don't know. I just think that we need to stay open to what kind of world and reality are we living in, and how AI is getting like really popular. We are being replaced by AI in a lot of ways, but we're also utilizing AI to make our lives easier. And so it's like, what are we becoming? And what is this 3-eye atlas showing us? Because the governments, the Congress, they were formed for the people, but they are against the people, I feel. Like, I feel like it's more about power and dominance and control than it's actually about we are the voice of the people. I feel like this has gone too far as our government and being in control, and the propaganda around like separating the people from its own people, and the rejection of ourselves and hiding ourselves. Like these generational wounds around femininity and our dark feminine and our healing abilities, our intuition, even our moon cycles as a woman, they should be more embraced than feared. There's a lot, I think, just within our ancestry, from all the rejection and the assassinations across the world with witches and shamans and healers and people that actually add to society and try to help society. Then these governments are like, and the pharmaceutical industry are destroying us. And they're trying to put more control on us. And now these digital IDs and the rejection of investigating something like the Three Eye Atlas more. Like, during the government shutdown here didn't mean that it was shut down in China. Like, we have spacecraft on Mars that had footage of this. Like, where's the footage? Why is it being hidden? Why is it being so quickly dismissed? And I think that there's a lot more to this than meets the eye. I feel that we need to, as a community and as women, we need to come together and embrace the beautiful gifts that God has given us and not reject. We have an intuition that is very strong in men and women, and we need to start listening to that more. So if you have any questions or you would like to dig a little deeper with me, go ahead and message me. You can DM me. You could go over to my website, LUCIDLIVINGMOVEMENT.com. I offer therapy, coaching, manifestation, affirmation, audio, specifically geared for you. I also, if you'd like to connect with the community, I'm hosting a paint and sip for Halloween, and it's going to be costume contest. We're going to be painting like fun witches and stuff like that. October 25th at Revival Coffee in Crockett, California. And yeah, there's this new a community that just opened up called Messiah here in Crockett. And I will probably be hosting some like a monthly astrology update for the community, for us to just talk about what we could look forward to in that month as far as like energy and stuff like that. And yeah, keep in touch, like, share this video, and comment a bat or an owl or a witch down in the comments section if you've made it this far. I am super excited to start bringing my research back and really looking into the Ophiuchus, because if you think about it, Ophiuchus's opposite is Orion. So everything has its opposite. I don't know how the 14th sign of the zodiac could fit in, but the opposite of Ophiuchus is Orion, and there is 14 pool balls in pool. Pool is my game. And then you have the black ball and you have the white ball, right? So you have the life and the death, the portal of the opposites, which make 17. And 17 is an 8, which is the infinity. And Ophiuchus was the serpent bearer. And that is all about doctors and kundalini and healing through the energy of that sacred feminine energy. So I'll leave it at that. Love you guys. Peace out. I'll see you on the next video.